Marco here, and this time around we're talking about the Phenom by Vicious Ant. Alright, so as you can probably already surmise, it is an 18650 tubular mod. Fires from the bottom, and this variant that I have is the brass one. Now it comes in two other finishes that are readily available commercially. We have the stainless steel one, and there's also one that's half and half brass and stainless steel. So you got half of it as brass and the other half is stainless steel. The contacts are all the same. I'm going to show you that in a bit when we take the device apart. And the specs, basically, I don't have the exact height of it, but it is a 22mm mod. Okay, so it's 22mm all throughout, and it features a hybrid top cap. So it sits absolutely flush on the device. There you go. Yeah, so I'm guessing the diameter on this is about a 20 when you take it out, and it comes with this nifty little key ring of sorts in order to help you take the top portion off. So it has grooves that that fit into these little channels here. You just pop it in, screw it out, and it makes taking it apart easy as pie. Okay, it fits both button top and flat top batteries, I'm told. I have not been able to personally test that because I no longer keep any button top batteries. All I have are VTCs. So there you go. I'm going to take the whole thing apart, and then later on I'm going to show you how it performs. So this is the brass variant. I mentioned there are two others, and the contacts, as you can see right here, are also made entirely of brass. I'm going to be taking the firing mechanism apart in a bit. So that's what it looks like right here. On the top, we have a telescoping pin, also made of brass, right there. So it comes in two parts. The actual adjusting screw, the little piece right here, and this main point of contact, which is also made entirely of brass, right there. Okay, so taken apart altogether without taking the firing switch apart, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. I'm not going to bother taking this apart yet. I'm going to show you later so that I can help you figure out how to clean it. Now, the threading on either side is double threaded. Okay, and the cool thing about this mod, you're going to notice this the VA logo, the Vicious Ant engrave right here. It's actually reversible, meaning the thread pitch on both the top point of contact and the firing mechanism would fit on either side. So if you want the VA logo up top, you can thread the firing switch right down here and pop the top point of contact right here, top cap, onto the opposite side. Okay, the threads are as expected from Vicious Ant, buttery smooth, fits just really nice and slick. The key makes it easier, particularly for the brass variant, because as most of you who own brass mods would probably be aware of by now, sometimes when the patina starts building up on the threads, it makes it a bit difficult to take it all apart. Now this makes it easy as pie. It comes in this nifty little box with the Vicious Ant logo on it. And on the side of the box you got a sticker which tells you what color or what variant you're going to be getting. So mine is, again, it's the brass one, obviously. Inside, it's just the usual foam padding, and this is where that keyring thing fits. So, pop this onto the side. Now, I haven't had any trouble screwing my atomizers on. Everything I own pretty much sits flush, nice and tight on this thing. The telescoping pin works this way. Now, the main point of contact right here, the biggie screw right here, threads in reverse. So to tighten it down, you twist it counterclockwise. So I'm gonna flush it all the way in, make sure it's main contact. And the other one has standard threading on it, so to tighten it down, you go clockwise. Alright. Pop the battery in. Try to get this thing. Now, I'm going to mention this as a con. The double threading makes it easy to pop the cap in, but sometimes it makes it a bit tricky. So sometimes I have some trouble getting that, getting it to sit nice and tight. So I'm just going to wipe the juice off the mod and give it a few hits. Okay. As you can see, it hits pretty damn hard, and that really surprised me. When they handed it over to me at the recently concluded PVF anniversary, I was pretty surprised because brass mods I know hit hard, I know that for a fact, but given the fact that the stock contacts on this are brass as well, it hits pretty damn decently. I'm guessing we can attribute that mainly to the lack of any threaded parts, so it's a straight tube. I believe it also comes in a separately available, which you can purchase off of the Vicious Ant page, a 350 tube. So you can order one in the variant of your choice. Now, I promised I was going to take the switch apart so I can show you guys how to clean it. And then I'm going to talk more about the pros and cons as a whole. Now, again, this is going to be mainly subjective. So, the screwdriver that I use to take it apart is roughly about 2 millimeters in diameter. It doesn't matter whether it's a flathead or a Phillips head, because all you got to do is pop it into either one of these like half circle wedges right here on the firing mechanism. So you pop it in like so, okay, and you twist it counterclockwise, and the whole thing comes apart. This is a magnet firing switch, by the way. So there you go. Now the whole bottom portion of the firing mechanism, or the top portion of the firing mechanism, comes out. Just pop it down, pop the screwdriver in like so, and push it out. There you go. This is the switch, all taken apart. So you can clean it off with, I use vinegar, and then I wipe it off with some petroleum jelly, and then pretty much does the trick. I haven't cleaned this in quite a bit. Now here are the magnets I was talking about. Right there, you can see those magnets there, and on the actual switch, magnets are there as well. Okay, oh, there you go, it's taking a fancy to my screwdriver. Now this little tooth here, this little protrusion, fits into this slot. Now you're going to see two holes here, one that's rather deep, almost black if you're looking at it on the video, and right here there's one that isn't quite as deep, and it has that you know, that brass prominence onto it. Now what you want to do is fit it into the one that isn't too deep. You want to fit that little tooth protrusion right here into that groove that isn't quite as deep. Now you're going to want to push down on it because it is a magnet. Put it back together. You just got to take the pin, the bottom pin, pop it back into the threaded section, take your screwdriver, make it a bit easier, screw it clockwise, and make sure it's nice and flush. Unlock it, and yep, there you go. The throw is really minimal, and I haven't had any auto fires because although it looks pretty flat, when you lie it down, it doesn't have any auto fires. So there you got the Phenom engraved. You're going to notice mine is a bit scratched up. That's because I had an accidental torture test on it. I was at a friend's shop, and I accidentally dropped the mod. I'm so sorry, Diana. I dropped the mod. Yeah, I fucked up. I'm sorry. But check it out. This is the only damage it received. Very, very minimal. And I dropped it from about waist height. Yeah, clumsy me. Right over there. Yeah. Barely noticeable. Didn't affect the performance in any way, shape, or form. Still hits like a champ. And when you sit it erect, no auto fires. So overall, as expected from Vicious Ant, very, very top quality machining. The way that it was made, obviously it wasn't rushed, and that mainly accounts for the price point, which I'm going to get to in a bit. I am not going to discuss it in the video, but instead I'm going to post links to the Vicious Ant page, and you can check it out there. Now, pros and cons. Pros, well, for one thing, this thing is a goddamn beauty. Yep, it's absolutely elegant. All of my devices sit flush on it because of the hybrid top cap. I don't have any problems matching my devices off. Everything is adjustable. You can take everything apart and clean it. So even if it is brass, by the way, it wasn't this faded when I got it. It was almost gold when I received it a few weeks back. It just took me a while to do the video because I wanted to work out all the kinks. The aesthetics, the performance, it's all top quality. I really love the fact that they included something like this because being a fan of brass mods, I've cut my fingers on occasion trying to take parts out. I've messed up some threads. The patina, I'm not very particular about cleaning my mods. I mean, as long as I can vape on it, doesn't make no never mind for me. So I like the fact that the keyring makes it very easy to unscrew the top portion of the device, the mod. makes it very easy for me to just take it out, replace the atomizers, because I actually have more atomizers than mods right now. So every time I want to mix and match, it makes it very simple to do so. Now, for the cons, the double threading is like a double-edged sword for me. It makes it, you know, it makes the threads really buttery smooth once you have it popped in, but trying to get it to fit in that groove sometimes can be a bit challenging. Now, again, I've mentioned this on the page as well. It's a bit of a pain in the ass at first, but once you get used to it, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, it makes it really easy to just thread the stuff in, so it's both a pro and a con for me. Probably the biggest con for me would be the points of contact. I mean, I'm a big believer in the pins. If they were copper at the very least, or silver-plated, copper would be better. Rhodium would have been awesome. Any form of like extra conductive coating would have been amazing for this, given the price point on it. I would have preferred that it had that. But nonetheless, I'm not all that disappointed with the performance, and as I showed you, it can really chuck it. I mean, definitely something you could take to even a cloud competition. As long as you build your atomizer properly, you're not going to have any trouble with that. The aesthetics, I just can't say anything about it. That's the only real beef I have with it. The price point, I would have preferred if they had, you know, at the very least, silver-coated or copper pins. I mean, that would have been a huge oomph to the mod. It would have been excellent value for money. It would have been an astounding mod. But nonetheless, as it is, all stock, really can't say anything. And one thing you're paying for when you get these devices from this company, from Vicious Ant, is the aftermarket service that they provide. It is just top-notch. These people will not leave you hanging. Whether or not you get an entry-level device or you get one of their more expensive toys, I really can't say anything about their customer service. It's absolutely top-notch. Really can't say anything about that. Nothing negative about it. So that's the Phenom for you. 18650. Definitely can chuck it way up there. So the purchase value of it, would I have gotten it from a consumer standpoint? If that was the only money I have, would I have shelled out for it? I probably would have, because I know for a fact that Herbert and Diana and Mitch and Justin and the entire Vicious Ant team and Jay, they aren't going to leave you hanging. I mean, you PM them with a question, they're going to take care of you right away. I mean, that's part of what I think would justify the price point on the device. If you're going to ask me would I have purchased it, I in all likelihood would have, if I had the cash to shell out for it. It's a very beautiful device, lovely, lovely device. I haven't had any real issues with it. Hell, I told you I even dropped the goddamn thing, and still hits like a champ. So there you go, the Phenom by Vicious Ant. I'm going to have links in the description. Check it out. You can send them a message if you're interested in picking it up. It is available both locally in the Philippines and internationally. So I'm going to put all those links, all the necessary shit down on the video description. And hope you guys enjoyed, because I sure as shit did. I'm going to catch you all soon, okay? Vape hard. Thank you, Vicious Ant. Oh, and one last thing. Huge, huge thanks to Thomas and Diana for hooking me up with this. Massive, massive thanks. Really can't say enough. Appreciate it, fellas. So catch you all soon, and y'all vape hard. Cheers.